What up, guys? This is your boy Mikhail, aka the K Factor, on another episode, actually episode 3 of... Hey, I forgot already. No, it'd be in the description below. Really, I just had brain fart, so don't mind me. On my way to the gym, as usual, every time we do JoyRyde, which is the name of the episode, number 3. Yeah, I remembered. So... different look for me right now. I know I'm wearing glasses. Usually I don't, just because my contacts have been hurting my eyes a lot lately. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit and just say something different. I know they're designer frames. What brand? I don't know. I don't really give two shits about brands. But anyway, so in this episode, we're going to go over a couple things while I'm driving down Copy Lane on my way to the gym. One being how Times Magazine gave Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U RPG of the Year, which is funny how everyone else is universally giving that to The Witcher 3, or some even going as far as to say it was Fallout 4 for that. And while I do feel that those are great, definitely great games, it's just the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles X, I mean, if you combine how big the game is, like if you look at it from the perspective of having a world that's bigger than Fallout 4, Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Skyrim put together, that you can just explore. I mean, half the times I'm playing a game, I'm like, wow, this is freaking amazing. And the fact that they did it on the Wii U, the most underpowered console this generation, it's freaking amazing that they were able to do that. But, you know, they were able to do it. Kudos to Nintendo. I mean, for all the haters, and there's plenty of you out there that say Nintendo's dead. Honestly, the amount of money Nintendo has, there's no way Nintendo will ever get out of the market. And they're not Sega, so don't worry about that. And hey, that's no knock against Sega. Sega was the epitome of a rival for Nintendo. I mean, they gave them the best competition that anyone else has given them. And honestly, in my opinion, since the Sega Nintendo rivalry, no other console really competes against Nintendo. I mean, yeah, we've got, you've got Sony and Microsoft who are competing against each other, but when you really look at it, Nintendo's really not competing for shares or space against other platform makers like them. They're really just doing their own thing. I mean, you're not going to find a Smash Brothers, unless you're counting PlayStation All-Stars, on another platform, or Pikmin or anything like that. So, Nintendo really hasn't had a rival since Sega. So it's done. I mean, Nintendo just proved yet again that against all odds that they can come out swinging and take the crown. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles is a phenomenal game, and Witcher 3 is good. Witcher 3 is an amazing game. It really is. I'm not gonna take anything from it. I mean, I played it. It really wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, I played and beat it, and compared to other things that was out, yeah, it was really original for a third-person, action RPG like that. It's kind of what I would aspire that Zelda will eventually grow into. Is, in my opinion, it's kind of like a matured Zelda. Geralt of Rivia is an amazing character. It's just, after playing Witcher 2 and going to Witcher 3, I just feel like Assassins of Kings was technically a better game than The Wild Hunt. And even, Fallout 4, amazing game. It really was. I still haven't fully beat it yet. Still sinking hours into it, and I enjoy it thoroughly. But there are a lot of shortcomings that I think that they could have improved upon with that game to make it a lot better. I mean, I still personally feel like 3 was a better game than 4. Hell, I mean, New Vegas had a lot of features that I wish that they would have put into 4, but you know what? It's still a phenomenal open world RPG. Nothing against it. But Xenoblade Chronicles X, honestly, there's really nothing out there on the market that's similar to it. It is what it is. Like that game is just that phenomenal. So, I mean, the minute you get a mech, like 30 or 40 hours into the game, you finally get a mech and you pass the skill licensing tests and everything in there, man, that game opens up and it becomes a completely, entirely different beast when you're playing it like that. So, my Nintendo, you guys are amazing. And Tetsuya Takahashi, who is one of my favorite game developers of all time. I mean, this guy created Xenogears, for God's sake. That game, still to this day, just to me, there's nothing like it. I have not played a game that was able to just really engross me like Xenogears. I mean, not even Xenosaga. And don't get me wrong, Xenosaga is a phenomenal game. And, in my opinion, you take it for what it's worth. You don't like it, okay, comment below, like, subscribe, and tell me how you feel about it. Xenosaga was a phenomenal 3-part chapter. Originally supposed to be 6. And, taking creative liberties and licensing, I would say that, Xenosaga was actually episode 1. But you could also go so far as to say, if you want to tie the entire Xeno series together, even though you really can't, but there are ways that you can, Xenoblade Chronicles X is technically chapter 1. The Interstellar War. If you ever read Xenogears Perfect Works, it would make sense, because that's technically what the hell happened in Xenoblade Chronicles X, the Interstellar War. And then you can follow it up with Xenosaga. And then Xenogears can fit in there somewhere. And Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, not so much, because that's kind of like, spoiler alert, yeah, it was a computer simulation. If you want to, I mean, it's, to me, there are 2 different ways you can think of it, actually more if you want to. One, it was a computer simulation created by Klaus. 2, he actually destroyed the entire world and universe. I like option 1 because it's a computer simulation, and you can finagle that into it being a side story of any of them, technically. But nonetheless, very engrossing story. Really, Tetsuya Takahashi, as I said, one of my all-time favorite game makers. Just brilliant the way he makes games. I mean, the story, he's right up there with Kojima, and I was just thinking how amazing it would be if you could ever get Kojima and Shigeru Miyamoto and Tetsuya Takahashi to collaborate on a game together. To me, that would be the dream team. That would be like doing, and also having Hironobu Sakaguchi coming in. That would be the dream team, the first dream team since we had, Chrono Trigger back in 1995. But, that's my 2 cents. This is JoyRyde. I would definitely love it if you guys like, comment, subscribe below. If you liked it, hey, more video content is coming. If you didn't like it, fuck you. I'm still gonna make it. Still like it. Comment, subscribe, and just tell me how you feel. As always, thank you guys for watching. 5.